Hey, how's your day? It's your boy Zxous, so we back with Nikke. Yeah, the goddess victory. Now we tryna hit 8K. By the end of the month, can you subscribe for me? Cause we want it. Okay, hope you have a great day. It's your boy. Hey, yo, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another goddess of victory Nikke video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to build Tia. I usually do this video a couple days after the character releases, but I wanted to do this video as soon as possible, at least by the next day she released, because a lot of people need to know there's important facts about this character that people need to know now so they don't make a mistake later. So make sure you guys subscribe. Like I said before, we want to hit 8K by the end of the month. We did hit 7.7 thousand subscribers, and we're close. We're so close. We're less than 300 subs away, and we're not even halfway in the month. So if we can get there, it would be great. I really want to get 10K by the end of the month. I mean, end of the year, my bad. End of the year for 10K, 8K by the end of the month. It'll be perfect, bro. Subscribe. So we're going to talk about Tia, her best partners, what you want to run with her, everything. We're going to talk about everything. So yeah, let's go. So first off, her skills. First thing you need to know about her skills, that first skill, skill 1 has to be minimum level 7. In terms of skill 2 and the burst skills, you can have them at whatever level you desire, but obviously you want to have this character as high invested as possible because she's a supporter. It doesn't matter if, you know, it's not, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but if you have her at level 4 skills on the skill 2 and burst skill, it's fine. You can have her at whatever skills you really want her to, but as long as that first skill is at level 7, you're good. The reason why you want that burst skill or that first skill at level 7 is because the cooldown of the burst skill actually decreases by 13 seconds starting from level 7, right? And because that stacks twice, that'll be 26 seconds, so you're able to re-enter your burst skill, which is what you want to do. You want to be able to re-enter your burst skill with Tia every rotation. So level 7 on the first skill is what you want. Now, in terms of her skill order, I'm not going to actually talk about the skills because we know what she does at this point. In terms of the skill order and how you want to go about it, probably the first skill, because again, the first skill is the most important. The first skill is what makes the team work. So you want to get that first skill to level 7 as soon as possible. Then from there, you want to probably work on the burst skill and then the second skill. And I say the burst skill because that shield is pretty good as well, right? A grants a shield equal to a certain percentage of the caster's final max HP. Final max HP is very good because any HP buffer, Mary, will help out this character heavily when it comes to that shield, right? Now, technically, I guess not, because her shield will go up before Mary ends up using her burst skill, because she re-enters the burst skill and then it goes into Mary. But if you have characters who can increase max HP before she uses the burst skill, that's going to be nice there as well. So your priorities is skill 1, then the burst skill, then skill 2. That's the priority order of how you want to level up this character. In terms of the cube, you know, resilience cube is what you want on her. Most likely it's the best cube, right? She's not a character who needs to hit a certain amount of time. So realistically, your best stat in cube, right? Or, I mean, she is a rocket launcher too, but again, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So you just want your best cube on her, which is most likely resilience. So yeah, because the cube really doesn't matter for this character. She's a supporter who just needs to be on the team to do the support, right? So you just want your best cube on her, right? Because the higher the level of the cube, the more stats, the better the character, essentially. Now, overload gear is something you don't need to give this character, but because her stuff do actually scale off final max HP, you know, I guess it still doesn't matter because it's, you know, you don't get HP percentage off overload, but overload gear increases the stats, right? If you have overload gear, like if I was to overload this gear, which I will do right now, just to show you guys, boom, right now we are going to get an additional 1.9k HP. Well, I'm not going to overload it now then because I didn't think, okay. You get more HP. Overload equals more stats, basically. Now, in terms of the percentage, let me go to a character who has the overload gear. Because I don't want to overload this character right now. I want to overload her today, but not now. In terms of the effects, again, it doesn't really matter for this character. You can give her whatever, right? Realistically, just give her overload and then that's that. I mean, to be honest, all this extra stuff is not necessary, right? You can give her attack percentage if you want for the extra percent, but overload gear is what you want. If you want me to be honest, I would never recommend using your custom modules on trying to reroll like stats for Tia over other characters you own, right? So realistically, probably just give her the damaging buffs if that's really what you want, but she's not a character you need to focus on when it comes to overload gear. Just give her overload gear and then that's really it, right? Again, none of the stuff really matter. You want her stats to be as high as possible, and in order for her stats to be as high as possible, you just need to have the overload gear as leveled high as possible, essentially, right? So the stats don't really matter, but if you do care about it, probably give her attack percentage. You can give her charge damage. You can give her anything that's going to increase her damage. But besides that, it doesn't matter, right? It really does not matter, right? You just want the overload gear. Now, in terms of her best partner, this is a character who's forced to be with another Burst 1, right? Of course, her best partner is definitely Naga, right? Oh, I would say her best two partners are Naga and Litter. These two are her best partners, right? Because Litter is a character who gives you a massive attack buff, which is good for the team as well. But the whole thing about Litter is that she recovers cover HP. And the whole thing about Tia, she's not here. But the thing about Tia is Tia kind of just is like based on recovering cover HP. Right, so as long as her cover HP is being recovered, you're going to get the effects. And it seems like it actually works from anybody. It doesn't have to actually be Tia who recovers the recover HP. Or she doesn't have to recover the cover HP. Anybody can do it and she will get the effects. So as long as you have characters on the team, you can use that. And another option that I'm not many people are talking about, but I definitely want to do a showcase on is Coco. Coco's another character who I believe is on a 20-second cooldown. She is, and remember, every 15 seconds, just like Litter, all allies have their cover HP recovered, right? So this is another good option as well if you don't have Litter as well. It's a very good option. There's so many characters in this game that people don't really talk about much, so people are just going to forget. But your boy, with all the content I do and all the team building I do, I remember everything. KEGW. But yeah, you can use Coco as well. Dorothy's a fantastic option as well. She's not going to be helping your team in terms of buffing them insanely in damage. She has her little effects when she's in the transform state, right? Of course, the damage to parts, if that does matter. But she's going to be doing great damage, and she does do great damage. You probably do want her on the team. I got my highest score on Union Raid with having Dorothy there with the schoolgirl, so you can run that as well. Realistically, you want to run any Burst 1 character who's on a 20-second cooldown. So characters like Emma will not work. Characters like Noise will not work with her because you're re-entering the burst stage, and by the time you get into the second rotation, those other characters are still going to be on cooldown, and then you're not going to be able to get into your second stage because by re-entering the first stage, you need to use another Burst 1 character. So you want to run her with 20-second cooldown Burst 1 characters. Is that a problem? No, because the better characters in the game are 20 seconds. Dorothy, Litter, Emma, pretty good. I think Jack was on a 40-second. But she's on the 20-second. Right? You're not going to use Jack on PvP or PvE, but you can. Pepper, Volume, right? Coco. There's many good options, right? Many good options for you. Even Ludmilla. I believe Ludmilla is also on the 20-second cooldown, and she taunts as well with damage reduction. So it's really up to you. But there's so many good options. I think she's a great character. Right, I'm not gonna get into her versus the Bunny Girls because we already know how that's gonna go. But yeah, she's a great character. The main thing you need to know is that the skill 1 the skill 1 has to be level 7. You want to pair her up with a Burst 1 character who's on a 20-second cooldown, preferably a character who recovers cover HP. So either Litter, you can use Coco. I'm gonna have that video out and test that out before you guys do if you want to, since I already have her built up in terms of the level. And then that's really all you need to know. Right, you don't have to run her with Naga all the time if you don't want to. You can, but you don't have to. It's really up to you guys. So you guys let me know what you think. Yeah, that's really it. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Subscribe. 8K by the end of the month. Let's do it.